You would think that with all the great copper pennies that I find in these vintage penny rolls, that I would want to do these penny wrappers, right? These vintage looking penny wrap. I would want to do them all day long. But it's kind of funny how that's not the case. These tend to be the penny wrappers that you get at the bank as of 2025. These might have been as the ones you got at the bank in 1975. But I already have a pretty good idea what I'm going to get out of these 25, 30, maybe even 40% copper. These, I really don't know what there's more of a surprise in these. I guess that's my long winded explanation for one of the reasons why I like to do the the penny wrappers that are coming from most likely people's pocket change as of the current year 2025, because I really don't know what to expect. And let me tell you, there looks like there's quite a bit of copper in here, and that's pretty odd. And I guess that just proved my point. I find such odd things in penny rolls, and I guess that's one of the reasons why I like penny roll hunt. Now, on this one, where's my little pointer? Come on. I don't know where it's at. Can't be far. I'll use this then, I guess, until I find it. Look at those angular marks in the rim. Let me just go a little closer. I'm probably going to have to look at this under the loop. Just to make sure it's not letters. You know what I mean? No, there's just a bunch of dirt there too. So, all right, forget it. So, oh, look at, I told you. Oh, I'm going to leave this for the end. Oh, all right. I've screwed. I'll do it now. A 1941. Look at the condition of this. And look at above the T there. What is that above the T? Oh my goodness. Imagine if that was a double die. That'd be crazy. Look how the T's on the Y. Oh, I think this is an extra thickness. Man, does it feel heavy. Man, you could feel the difference. I think there's an extra. How much do wheat cents weigh? I think they weigh over 3.1. How much does a wheat cent weigh? I think they're about 3.7 or something like that. A standard wheat cent typically weighs 3.11. I thought that. Oh, I'm thinking about the Indian head cent. Okay, I'm thinking about Indian head cents, right? I bet you. How much does a Indian? It says Indian head cents. Wait, something's wrong here. Oh no, no, no. Okay, I was right. For Google says 3.11, but but then the coin place says 4.67. Oh, for the 1859 to the 1864 weighs 4.6. Oh wow, that heavy. And then from 1864 to 1909, they changed it to 311. Okay, they're both right. Okay, so it just feels. I don't know why I feel so. I want to weigh it. Sorry to take up all this time, but it just it's just one of those things, you know. It feels heavy, and it's not. It's not heavy. It's in my brain. My brain is heavy. That's the problem. Okay, very good. So let me look at this under the loop. Definitely above that T. And then the Liberty with the T's touching the Y. Yeah. This is I'm relatively sure this is an extra thickness, which means it's a double die. So it's a cheese. If it now, of course, I could be wrong, right? I was wrong about the weight. I could be wrong about the extra thickness. Now look above the T. You can see it right here. It actually looks like an E. You see that? How cool is that? Not in the dates, just the Liberty. Look how the T is on top of the Y. I've never seen that before. So to me, it's a double die. You can see the splitting, the separation in the E, the T, the B. All right. And it's in nice condition. I don't know if it's AU condition or not, but so that was a treat. The reason I showed it now and not at the end, first of all, I just found it towards the beginning of the channel, and I know a lot of people leave, so I really don't, I don't really want to encourage anybody to leave. Not my goal here. My goal is really to encourage people to stay to the end. So see that up here? Interesting. All right, we got an 82. Is this a copper penny? Not sure. No. All right, so far we got an 82 and we got a wheat cent, but no other copper cents. It's a wild looking street one, huh? And my estimate, if I had to take a quick look, I'd say there's at least 10 copper pennies in here, or 8 more, I guess is what I should say. But I'm still tripping out a little bit over how I start the video off with finding, surprises in the other. Look at this, man. You gotta wonder made that. Twisted, right? It always makes me wonder how in 2025 there are still wheat cents circulating. It blows my mind. This is our first um, regular copper cent that we found. So this is number 4. Check out that mint mark. Like I said, I think we got 10 coppers in here. It could be 9, it could be 11 or 12. The more the merrier. Well, I guess if you're not penny roll hunting, maybe you don't even care about wheat cents or whatnot. People just aren't looking through their change, right? 1992. No close I am. I think this is a copper penny. No, it's not. Got some dirty pennies in here. You know, some people might have noticed I stopped wearing gloves. Well, finger gloves. The main reason I stopped wearing finger gloves was because I was just thinking about a comment I got. Wear gloves. I always get those comments whenever I don't wear gloves. And at this point, I've done thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of pennies, and gloves are for valuable coins. That's the bottom line. They're for valuable coins. Coins that are in mint condition. I got to be honest with you. I've seen graded coins. Oh, we got ourselves a copper Canadian. Is it copper? Oh, I don't know. 2004? Oh, yeah. I think it's 2000. They stopped making in 2012, or they stopped making coppers in 2012. I can't remember the exact. But look how the rim, all those little diamond cuts. Maybe it was in a trash compactor, huh? Pretty cool looking though. So that's what gloves are for. So if you're gonna handle, so like I was saying, 98, no white AM. Um, I've seen mint state coins with thumbprints on them. So like, would it have gotten a higher grade without the thumbprint? Like one higher grade, maybe. I don't know. It was pretty high. I think it was like a MS 69, man, and it had a very obvious thumbprint. So I'm not sure if it even affects the grade. To be honest with you, maybe if you had one with a thumbprint, and one graded without a thumbprint, which one would you want? You'd want the one without the thumb. So maybe desirability goes up. But when we're talking about pennies, like we are here, you really don't need gloves. I got to be honest with you. The chance of you finding an MS 70 platinum dime that's going to be affected by it. I mean, you're talking about not even low. You're talking about 0% chance of that happening. So for penny roll hunting, the reason I like gloves for penny roll is to keep the dirt off my fingers. Your fingers get dirty, you know. So that's, oh wow, man, if it wasn't corroded, this would have been a beautiful 59. Shh. Wowzers, man. Can it be cleaned? I don't know if that could be cleaned, to be honest with you. I don't know if this could be cleaned. That back is pretty bad. Probably will put this into for cleaning. Just because otherwise it's such an attractive looking coin. It's just, I will put this in to be cleaned. So that's really the reason to wear gloves, is just to keep your fingers from getting dirty. But otherwise, for penny roll hunting, it's not necessary. I don't know about when I talk about something, I'm really talking about penny roll hunting. I'm not talking about quarter roll hunting. I'm not talking about a silver dollar roll. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just talking about penny roll hunting. It's really the only thing I have any like. Sometimes people will talk about nickels and dimes. I don't know about that. So I have to say, yeah, you're right. But when it comes to pennies, and specifically U.S. pennies, I've been doing it for a while. I have a good understanding of their value, and Um, like, look, if I touch this, it can't put there's no fingerprint going to go on it. You see, there's no fingerprint on it. I could touch this. I could touch this a million times. It's not going to do nothing to it. And it's not going to make it worth less than a penny. Look here. Look how shiny that is. Here, I'm going to touch it. I'm going to squeeze it. Let's see if we if we get a fingerprint on it. I guess so. Will it come out? I've even taken. Some fingerprints will come off. Don't ask because they're from dirt, not acid. Yeah, I guess. I don't know if that was there before. I don't know, but it's not worth any less. I'm gonna hold it real tight. Look, so tight, stuck to my finger. Yeah, it didn't change nothing. Doesn't matter. Now I'm looking for the extra V. Oh yeah, right. Is that the extra V? Did we find it? Look at it. Look at the damage on it from the crimp roll. Did we find an extra V here? Let me look at that other look. I think we found an extra V. Maybe it's not. Usually you can see it very clearly even without the loop. So once I say I have to use a loop, I think it is the extra V, but check this out. It really doesn't matter because it's so light. What happened is on this coin, I can see the extra V there. It's always in the same place. But there's all these little marks, right? And they're not thumbprints, they're scratches before you say something smart. You see how it has this going through it? So right there, I can see the V. Even through the camera, I can see the extra V right there. But I don't know. I can't see this being worth. Maybe someone will pay, and it's very light. I don't know. To me, it's from the. I think the crimp roll machine went straight through it. Look, you can see it. Look, but I can see the V there. So there is an extra V there. I don't know. I don't. The penny has a lot of damage. I don't know if it has. Maybe it's worth $1. Maybe someone who really wants an extra V and all they have is $1, they'll buy it. But otherwise, but we found the extra V. That's pretty funny. No white AM. Yeah. So do I recommend using gloves? I do recommend using gloves. Just keep your hands clean. Maybe there's germs on the penny. You know what I'm saying? The reason I don't use them anymore is because I can't. I was having difficulty holding on to them. They kept slipping out of my fingers. I'd probably have to get the no white AM. I'd probably have to go back to the white ones, but they're a little bit more expensive. And to use 2 or 3 or 4 a day. This was a really dirty penny roll. And we'll take a look at that wheat cent again at the end. I think that's the winner of the day. And I'm not sure, and I'll even look at what they sell for. I always get asked the question, I've got another 2017. That's our second one. I always get asked the question, what's it worth? And it's a P, right? It's a P, not a D. It's a P. It's a nice shape. Get off me. Like I said, I think that's an extra thickness error. Yeah, this is definitely an extra fine condition. All right, let's see. 1941. The one that's worth millions of dollars is the what? The 43, right? All right, so we got a 1941 41 wheat penny. All right. Let me go lowest first. Buy it now. Yeah, they're $1. So I'm going to show you one that's $1, right? Average circulated. And you're going to see how, you see how the letters here, the T and the Y are overlapped, right? Again, I'm calling that the extra thickness. Now you can see they are typically, they are not, they don't overlap, right? 1941 penny, they don't overlap, right? And I'm going to look for an extra thick. I mean, it's the class 1. Extra thickness is the class 6, class 6. So I got 1941. Let me put in class 6, see if anything comes up, because there's a lot of them. 0 pennies came up under 1941. The 41S is only $1.60. It's pretty crazy, right? All right, so let's take out, we got class 6. Let me take out 1941. We'll just look wheat penny class 6. There are 2. Oh yeah, they're garbage. Forget it. Class 6 penny. I'll just put extra thick. I'll add that up. Nothing, man. Wow. Class 6 penny error. I'm just looking for a good example. Let me go highest first now. Cherry pickers, class 2 plus 6. I don't see it there. Wow. That's crazy. All right, let me go. I'm going to go on Google. I'm going to look for it on Google. Go to images. I got to be honest with you. A lot of these coins are, people don't know what they're talking about. Imagine that. All right, well, look. All right, I could read to you what a class 6 double die is. All right. Oh man, it's funny. All right, a class 6 double die. Distended hub doubling occurs when the die face expands around the stationary element of the hub, causing the thick and distorted, potentially sloping or twisted designs, especially near the coin's edge. I've seen it on the letters on the Liberty before. Let me see. Double die class 6 Wexler. Okay, we'll look at that. Yeah. Let me just do this for those of you who are interested. I think it's also in the below in the description. The only class of double die variety that remains somewhat of a mystery with regards to how it is caused is the class 6 double die. The appearance of the class 6 double die variety is extremely different from that found on double dies in other classes. In all the other classes of double die varieties, there is usually a distinct separation of image characterized by a noticeable difference in the relief of the primary and secondary image. On the class 6 double die variety, there is frequently very little difference in relief of the primary and secondary images. The classes, I always say, it's funny, I'm going to start using that language, primary and secondary. I always go first strike and second strike. Wexler is saying primary and secondary. I'll use his instead of mine. I say first strike and second strike because I'm talking about when the die got struck again by the hub to cause the secondary image. But okay, his is better. Primary and secondary image. So here, I would probably say the primary image is on the inside of the 9 here. But you see how thick it is? That's what we got. We got extra thickness. And you see it's not towards the hub. It's the whole date. So remember how it said on the Google, it said primarily towards the edge. This isn't towards the edge. This is the whole date is is doubled. And here you can see this the separation of the doubling. Okay. This class is characterized by extra thickness to the affected design elements, such as the letters or digits in the date. In some cases, this extra thickness can be quite extreme. Sometimes certain letters or parts of the design will almost appear slightly twisted. Occasionally, there is a marked difference between the relief of the primary and secondary images, with the secondary images showing this extreme extra thickness. The variations themselves can be quite fascinating. Oh, here goes into Liberty. So look on the Liberty here. See how thick the letters are? That's what we got. Now look, I'm gonna keep this up here. And it's funny, this is a 1943. We got the 41. Okay, and here you can see the extra, you see the little line on the I and the B. That's like the separation. But look how thick they are. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that's what we got here. Put the light on. Is an extra thickness. I wonder if it's in the. That's funny. It might be in the date also. I got to be honest with you. It might be in the date also, but I'm relatively sure it's in the Liberty. See if I can get a little closer. Yeah, you can see the separation in the R. You can see how thick the T is that is overlapping the Y. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video just on this, so I don't make this video any longer. So check out for that video. So the question is, if this is an extra thickness double die, what's it worth? Well, we'll have to figure that out. All right, come back and watch. I'm going to do a video just on this since I have everything up already too. All right, God bless. This is episode... I want to say 467. Yeah, 467. I'll see you in episode 468.